Hey all, just checking in. Hope everyone's doing well. In the spirit of remote learning and social distancing, I figured I'd make a video about some history stuff and the current situation in the world. I'm going to start where we left off in class so many days ago with the 1930s and the lead up to World War II. Now, we were talking at the time about the end of the Great Depression, the rise of extremism, the aggressor nations and all that, but I'm going to begin by talking about the President of the United States at that time. It was President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. Now, he was the 32nd President of the United States, and he was first elected in 1932 amid the Great Depression. FDR used his role as president to help guide the nation through the economic crisis and eventually through the war. He oversaw new government initiatives aimed at providing short-term relief for those who were affected by the economic crisis. Under his administration, programs were created to help the nation recover from the Great Depression. Finally, the U.S. government enacted reforms that would help prevent another economic disaster like that from ever happening again. However, FDR knew that the nation needed more than just policy proposals. The people were scared, desperate, and they needed comfort. 2 months into his presidency, on March 12, 1933, FDR used the new technology at the time, the radio, to speak directly to the American people. He addressed them on the banking crisis and what the government was doing to fix the situation. He wanted to instill hope and boost morale during a time of uncertainty. He referred to his broadcast as a fireside chat with the American public. He knew that many people would be gathering around the fire with their families and listening to his radio broadcasts. Fireside chats were an opportunity for the president to speak directly to the American people. He encouraged citizens to persevere through the difficult times and to understand their role in helping the country. To endure and ultimately defeat the crisis that was the Great Depression, the country needed shared sacrifice among all people. The sacrifice would become even greater when the Second World War broke out in Europe and Asia. Americans were asked to eat less, give up clothes, give up fuel, give up heat, work longer hours, and some were asked to fight. The burden of saving the country and then the world fell on the shoulders of all people, regular people. That was the message he passed to families across the United States when President Roosevelt addressed the nation in his fireside chats. Now, I am certainly no FDR. Dude was elected 4 times to be president. But I wanted to try to share some information with you about the role we can all play in helping the country through this time of crisis. Think of this like a modern fireside chat. With all the extra time I have, I've been doing some reflecting on the current state of the world. I've certainly wavered back and forth between seeing this as a minor issue and seeing this as something more serious. Right now, I do think this is serious. However, I think we can fix it. The way we do that, the way we protect the elderly, the sick, the poor, and protect our future selves, is by studying past generations and learning from our history. Past generations endured sacrifices that have allowed us to live such wonderful lives up until this point. If we would like to continue our comfortable daily routines, if we want to get back to hanging out with our friends, playing sports, seeing shows, all of the fun things that we can't do right now, we have to work together and sacrifice for the nation. This is our version of wartime hardship. This is our version of global instability. If we rise to the occasion, if we do our part as citizens, we can beat this. It may take weeks, it may take months, it may take many months, but we can hold out until a vaccine is created and the virus subsides. Over the course of the next few days and weeks, I'm going to share some videos with you about the course of World War II. It was to be our next unit of study, and I think the timing could not have been better. I want to talk to you about some of the major events during that war. And throughout these videos, I want you to think about the families who were scared for their future, the families who had to run away, to hide, or to sleep in subway tunnels to avoid the bombs above. Then, think about our lives. We don't have to face bombs. We don't have to face tanks. But there is still an enemy, an invisible one. But we have to work together to defeat it. In order to do that, we have to stay inside our homes. We have to wash our hands. We have to call and FaceTime our loved ones instead of visiting them. We have to be creative with how we spend our time. We have to eat well. We have to get lots of sleep. We have to stay healthy. We need to read books in order to keep our minds sharp. We have to exercise in our homes and to stay fit. We must do these things as a country and as citizens. This is our national sacrifice. We rose to the challenge in the 1930s and 40s. We can do it again. Good luck to everyone. We'll chat again soon.